Hello, welcome back to the channel Karaoke. I'm Vinit, and today we have another timeless pick a card reading on Who Will You Marry? And even before we begin this reading, I do want to announce that 27th of September I will be offering my Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot course. So if you're interested in learning tarot from me, do sign up. If you're a beginning to an intermediate student, you do not want to miss this. I've become really good at teaching the Rider-Waite-Smith, so come learn. You can send me an email to get more details, or you can hit me up on my Instagram. And you can do the same if you want a personal reading from me. And if you get a personal reading from me, I can look at your birth chart too as a part of it. I would do that happily. And yeah, now let's jump into the reading on Who Will You Marry? But before that, please do like the video, share, subscribe, comment. And we have three piles to choose from. Pile number one, we have the Hermetic Tarot. Pile number two, we have our Thought Tarot. And pile number three, we have our beloved Edmund Dulac. So take a minute, see what pile is being called to you intuitively. The description box below will have the timestamp for your pile. And again, remember, these are general readings, so please take what resonates, leave the rest. And if you like my style of reading, please do like the video, share, subscribe, comment, and you can hit me up for a personal reading, or if you want to learn tarot, and I will see you guys in your reading. Thank you. Hello, pile number one. If you chose the Hermetic Tarot, this is your reading on Who Will You Marry? And even before we start this reading, I do want to announce 27th of September, I will be offering my Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot course. So if you're interested in learning the Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot from me, definitely sign up. You can send me an email to get more details, and you can do the same if you want a personal reading from me. And I'll also be looking at your birth chart as a part of the reading. And please do like the video, share, subscribe, comment, and now let's begin this reading on Who Will You Marry? Okay, pile number one, we have the Moon, we have the Knight of Pentacles, the Queen of Swords, the Knight of Swords, the Queen of Wands, Three of Cups, the Eight of Cups, Seven of Wands, and Eight of Wands. So we have two Knights and we have two Queens. And we have the Moon card. I don't think you've met this person, the person you're going to marry. I do think they're coming in at a very slow, steady pace. I think the Knight of Pentacles is them. And I think the Queen of Swords is you. I think you are in this sort of a cold energy by the time you meet your person. And the Moon card is the Pisces card. So I also feel you will be clearing a lot of your karmic debt by the time you meet your future spouse, pile number one. And I think as soon as you clear your karmic debt, your person will come in very, very fast. There will be a shift in their energy from the Knight of Pentacles to the Knight of Swords, and you will also go from being in Queen of Swords energy to the Queen of Wands energy. You're going to feel more confident, you're going to feel more attractive, you're going to feel more magnetic, you're going to be more outgoing than you usually are, and you will be in that energy of attracting love. So you will be very hyper independent by the time you meet your future spouse, and you might meet through friends, you might meet through colleagues, you might meet through work, you could meet through collaboration, but you will be meeting through, like, there would be like a third person introducing you both. And I do think that that'll happen at like a divine timing. And I think you're still in the process of clearing out your own karmic debris. I think there's a lot of things from the past that you're trying to eliminate, and I think you're doing really well, and I think you will be extremely successful in clearing out the past and completely moving forward to the future you really want with your person. And when you really have given up on love, I think that's when you will meet your future spouse. You're not going to meet your future spouse when you're looking for it. I know that is the cliche, but understand the cheat code over here, pile number one, that you sort of need to have a negative charge towards whatever you're trying to attract in you cannot have a positive charge. So I do feel things will fall into place at the right time, even if you feel you're very far away from love right now. That is not going to be the case, and you will get more confident in who you are. And Queen of Wands in the center of the reading, she's the witchy queen. She knows how to manipulate energy very well. So you will just have a moment where you will be like, wait a minute, I can take my power back and actually make happen what I wanted to happen. So you will be very successful in doing that, by number one. I do think you will be more evolved than your person. And I know a lot of people in the comments get upset when I say that, but you are going to be the more evolved one, whether you like it or not. And you will be more of your help to your person than them being of help to you. And I know right now you feel as if you really want help and you're not getting it, but you need to realize you have power for both the people. You have enough power and strength for yourself, and you will have enough power and strength for your person as well. So don't act out of your ego, and just see the bigger picture over here and try to understand your own karmic links. I think that will help you clear this out in the best way possible and get what you want successfully and faster, because I think it's really into your hands as to how long you take to clear out your debt. I think as soon as you clear out your debt, you will be good. And like I said, you will get what you really want over here. And Seven of Wands and Eight of Wands. You definitely have a lot of things that are coming towards you. I think you're trying to do a lot of things. I think you're trying to juggle a lot of things. And again, we are human and we are limited, and there are only certain amount of things that we can do perfectly in a day. So get better with your management of time and just the kind of things you want to achieve in your daily life and what you're trying to get at. I think that'll help you be more stable in what you're trying to do, and be more grounded instead of just being very extreme on the first 2 days and then just burning out on the rest of the days. Try to maintain your fire throughout whatever you're trying to achieve over here, because there's a lot of this cardinal energy that I'm getting with you. You could have prominent cardinal placements, and it is true, cardinal people are the best to start something new, but when it comes to maintaining it, you give up very easily. So that is something you need to be careful about, and learn to pace yourself and be a little more patient, even if it's not in your nature. It will really benefit you more than you realize, by number one. The dogs agree. So just know that don't chase. Don't chase like a dog, basically. Let things come to you. And while they're coming to you, you have a lot of things to do on your own. So why not focus on doing that instead of just languishing and waiting and longing? Yeah, that has its own fun too, but I do feel you have your own achievements to make over here, and you will be able to do that very successfully if you just allow yourself to really be embodied in every moment that you're living, and really enjoying that for yourself. And I know this is about who will you marry, but I think even the person you will marry, they're sort of going to be like a background character in your life. You're going to be the main character energy, and only when you truly love yourself in every moment and every second and every phase of who you are, even if you're not where you want to be, I think that would just help you unchain yourself from all these things that are weighing you down. And I think this is what is keeping you away even from the person you're supposed to be with. And I think the more you unchain yourself, you will give them the strength to do the same. Now I'm getting something about your person. I I'm seeing someone very dreamy, someone very ethereal looking, like something out of a dream. They could not look very real, they don't have a very average face. I'm seeing like sharp features, slender body, tall, glasses for a lot of y'all over here. A very simple classical style. I don't think your person likes flashy things, but they definitely have a very beautiful, creative, and analytical mind, and they're very balanced within the masculine and feminine selves, and they're very funny. So, and yet at the same time, they speak through a lot of depth. So you're going to be very fascinated by your person, and I think your person will be very mesmerized by you, because you will just be emanating this very strong, healed energy outwards, and that is what is going to attract your person in. So I don't think you will be the one initiating the conversation. I think your person will come to you. I think when you meet, there will be some healthy arguments between you both. You might have an ego clash for sure. I think you will be walking away, like I said, from your own things, and I think it will be a love at first sight for your person. They will be very attracted and curious to see where things would go. I do think things will initially develop fast, and then they will take a more slow, steady pace, and that would be better. I think that you would be dating at least for 2 years before things get really serious and you get married. So you will have a bit of a gap between knowing each other, dating, and then getting married. It's not going to be, you're going to start dating very soon, early, but there's going to be some time in just getting to know each other. Maybe you both will be traveling, but you will come together in the end, even if it takes longer. I think your person still will have a lot of maturing to do when they meet you, and I think you will help them with that. You will help them be more discerning, and even help your person awaken to their clairvoyant abilities, so they can really suss out who is good for them, who's not good for them, because I do think your person has a lot of people around them right now who is not good for them. So you will be activating each other psychically, and again removing the haters out of each other's lives, so you can truly be happy, because you do have some snakes in the camp, so to speak, over here, pile number one, both of y'all. So I think just coming together and having that synergy between each other is going to make all the difference, and make all the people who want to bring you down, they would just like fall to the side. That's what I'm seeing over here, pile number one. I feel this opportunity will come out of nowhere. You would really not be looking for this when this happens, and with the dog going off again, I feel your relationship is protected. Don't feel as if you're running out of time. You are not running out of time. The very fact that you're feeling you're running out of time is something you have to heal. Pile number one. And I think all of this is only happening so you know who you are truly. Once you know who you are, you will never be shaken in that knowing. And no one will be able to tell you otherwise. So I do think the more you allow your consciousness to expand and grow, the more you will be fulfilling your purpose in this lifetime, and therefore unlocking all your blessings, especially love, because it does feel like that. I'm seeing those arcade games in my head right now. So in a way, you're collecting the tickets to win the grand prize. It's sort of like that, but the tickets are, just clearing out your karmic debt. And I think that will be your golden ticket to all your blessings over here. So look at your astrology, look at your 12th house. You definitely have some prominent planets there, and that is influencing a lot of things that are happening for you right now, even if you're not able to understand why are things the way they are. And maybe you're being cornered to be alone right now so you can create something of your own. So don't push that away. In fact, if you do that, you would be closer to meeting your person than anything else that you could do. You will be having children in this life if that's what you want, or you will be creating something together. But out of your conjunction, there will be something created. So be intentional also about what you want to create over here, because you will be able to create that, whether it's like a beautiful big business that you want or a lot of children that you want. Whatever you want with your person, you will be able to get that. And I'm sensing a lot of y'all want different things. So fit it to your situation. You will be able to live that comfortable life, more than comfortable life with your person. And you will also be making a lot of money by the time you meet your person. So if you're down and out, getting through paycheck to paycheck, you're probably not in the energy to attract your person. When you're like good and you're taking care of yourself, and even you have your finances right and plentiful, I think that's when you will meet your person. It's not going to happen before that. So I do see there's going to be a lot more personal achievement before the union and even the meeting happens. So don't lose hope and just double down on whatever you need to do to become the best version of yourself, because the better you will be able to show up in the relationship, the better your partner will also be able to show up over here. So it's all really connected, and you will be able to see that for yourself. And when you finally meet each other, you will be able to understand why things had to be the way they had to be. Learn to assert your ego more and even your dominance. A little conflict right now is good for you. It is preparing you for something bigger that you will be able to achieve for yourself over here. Pile number 1. Okay, pile number 1, we have two interesting cards. We have card number 27 and we have card number 37. Punishment and the Count. Clearing your karmic debt can feel a lot like punishment, but you also need to understand that you have the persistence needed to clear this in this lifetime. You could have your moon nakshatra in any of the asuric nakshatras. You're definitely not a human. You're more close to being a titan or a god than you are to being a human, pile number 1. And that's why you've had to deal with a certain amount of intensity. That's why you've had to deal with just the kind of things you've had to deal with. I think you will not even be looking behind. You will not even be thinking about the past. You will be really free of your past, and you will be able to like have a rebirth after your marriage and start like a brand new happy life with your person, because you have persisted, because you have not caved in or become horrible because of all the things that have happened to you. And you're truly very inspirational to a lot of people. If people only knew your story, pile number one. And I do think you're meant to really inspire people by the things you've gone through. So you're gonna have so much more success, and you will have more people looking up to you as well. And I'm really trying to make this reading about your future spouse, but clearly you are the superstar, pile number one. You are the main character, and yes, everyone is supposed to experience love, but not everyone experiences love the same way, and we all have different destinies, and you have a very special one, pile number one. So you're not here for the everyday experiences. You're really not. And the more you embrace who you are and not think about the milestones you're missing or whatever, easier it will be for you to walk in your authenticity again and be free. And in that freedom, you will be able to drop all this baggage. That is basically blocking your manifestations. You know the way. You really know the way, pile number one. You just have to listen. And you're definitely experiencing a test, so you're not going crazy. Just allow things to happen and don't look back at all. There's nothing to look back to. And that itself is a test. A lot of tests for you, pile number one. But the reading starts with the moon card, and we have two dogs on the moon card, and we have a lot of dogs barking in this reading. So I do feel there is a symbolic connection to what is happening in your life right now. So see the signs, they are guiding you to where you need to be. Any other messages? Yeah, that's all I have for pile number one. Again, it's a general reading, so please take what resonates, leave the rest. And if you like my style of reading, do like the video, share, subscribe, comment. And if you want a personal reading from me, definitely sign up. And you can also sign up for my tarot course, which starts 27th September. And I'll see you guys in your next reading. Thank you. Hello, pile number two. If you chose the Thought Tarot, this is your reading on who will you marry. And even before we begin this reading, I do want to announce 27th of September, I will be offering my Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot course. So if you're interested in learning that from me, you can definitely sign up. You can send me an email to get more details, or you can hit me up on Instagram, and you can do the same if you want a personal reading from me. And please to like the video, share, subscribe, comment, and now let's begin this reading on who will you marry. Okay, pile number two, we have the Princess of Cups, we have the Seven of Cups, the Magus, Prince of Discs, the Tower, Seven of Wands, the Knight of Swords, Four of Swords, and we have the Death card. Who will you marry, pile number two? We have a very interesting set of cards. We have Seven of Cups, which is Venus in Scorpio, and it is ruled by Netzach, which is the seventh Sephiroth on the Tree of Life, which is again ruled by Venus. So it has a double Venus rulership. But Venus in Scorpio is debilitated because Venus is in its home sign in Taurus, which is the opposite of Scorpio. There will be something very intense about your person, something very unconventional, something very transformational. Even about the love you will have with your person, you will be transforming each other permanently. For the better, of course, but it's going to be a very intense kind of a scorpionic change with your person. That's what I'm getting. because below that we have the Blaster Tower, which is again Mars ruled, and we have Mars in Leo, which is the current placement. So either you could be meeting your future spouse very, very soon, like maybe in a month or two, or you will be meeting your future spouse after 2.5 years. Because I think Mars takes 2.5 years to get through every zodiac sign, if I'm correct. So I guess it would either be now or after 2.5 years. Because right now we do have Mars in Leo, and Mars is conjunct the South Node, which is Ketu. So this is a very intense time, regardless. So there is this intensity to your relationship. Definitely, there is a lot of this intensity to your relationship, and your person could be very Martian. They could be Mars ruled. They could be an Aries or a Scorpio. So there's going to be a lot of hot burning passion and fire. But I do think there will be not little, but I do think they will be extremely volatile and angry. They're going to have a bit of a temper. But I think you also have a bit of a temper. So I think your person will be reflecting to you parts of yourself that you're repressing or hiding. Your person will definitely bring out these parts of you and make you confront these parts of you that you had to push away for the greater good of all, or whatever. Or all your repressed shadows are definitely going to come up to surface. Like I said, it's going to be a very transformational relationship, your marriage with your future spouse. There will be love. Of course, there will be love. But it's going to be a very intense kind of a transformational love. But I think this is what you need to heal yourself. You will be healing each other, even though you'll be transforming each other through fire, you will be healing each other. Because what fire does is it burns things to its original elements. So water goes into water, air goes to air, and earth goes to earth, and fire remains fire. That's just a special quality of the nature of fire. So it's going to be a very intense kind of a fiery love. And in a way, you will also be able to maybe burn down everything and start over again in the way you want to with your person. So everything you've lost, that you feel you've lost, will come back to you. There will be this feeling of being at home, Pailamadu. We have Prince of Discs, and we have the Knight, and we have the Prince of Swords. So two princes, and they're both on their respective chariots. I do think initially a person will get to know you, and they will take their time. Again, it's giving very slow, steady energy. But because this is your future spouse, it'll be worth being patient, because I think they will also be rearranging and resolving a lot of things in their life to make you a part of their life. So I do think you need to give your person more grace and the patience, even at your end, to let them really clear out all that needs to be cleared out to be with you. But it's going to be a bit of a fight. You both are going to have to fight for this love that you have, which I think is a song by Cheryl Cole. So maybe that's your channel song, but it'll be worth the fight. You will have to definitely fight for your love, but you will be victorious in this fight. Even if you have a lot of people to fight off, it will at the end of the day bring you closer with your person, and it's going to strengthen your bond. So don't get upset, but try to understand the karmic reason why certain things are happening in your life. Even in the bad, it'll be good for you. That's what I'm trying to say, Pailamatu. Because all of this is also going to help your person come to a place of inner serenity and calm and acceptance, and that is going to transform them and help them also accept things the way they are, so they can freely be in love with you. And because there will be a death over here, there will be a death of, and again the reading ends with the death card, which is again Scorpio ruled. So there is this very strong scorpionic Martian energy, and in order for you to be in love with each other truly, in a way that it'll be sustainable, you both will have to be tested through fire and, be reborn. And again, this is not fun, it's painful, it is not pleasant, right? No one likes change. So, but this will be the kind of change that is really needed on the threshold. And your person will be like this archetypal scorpionic person. I do think they will be very handsome or very, very gorgeous, depending on their gender. They will be again very classically beautiful. They would like to dress traditionally, and they could just have this very classic air about them. Yet they do have a darkness to them. They do have like a edginess to them. If they're women, they do wear like a lot of smoky makeup. If you're looking for a man, he'll definitely wear a lot of black and have that sort of a very intense. I'm getting Wednesday Adams like vibe, like a Morticia sort of a like this dark merca but very hot vibe to them. And they will be a bit of a brooder, of course. They will have all this scorpionic energy, so your person will feel very dangerous to you, and I think that is what is going to attract you to your person. And you're definitely not going to be same. You're going to have a lot of difference in just the way you are, but even in your differences you will be very alike and you will complement each other very well. And there will definitely be this sense of forgetting everything that has happened before and just being able to restart again, no matter how intense both of your lives have been. You're going to make each other feel like children and really madly in love over here. Pile number 2. I do think your person is very, very active. They could either do a lot of sports or they could just be like on 100 all the time, and they're natural leaders, definitely. They're very well liked by a lot of people. They do have that very popular sort of an energy to them. And I do think you're maybe more in the shadows, don't like to be seen. But again, there's going to be this very complementary energy between each other, and you will help your person get more stabilized. And I think your person will help you feel more confident, will, push you to be more out there and do things. You both will definitely have a personality switch after meeting each other. So you're not going to be who you are, even by the time you meet your person. But after meeting your person, you're going to change even more. But this is the good kind of change that you're not even able to maybe process or fathom for yourself. But this is what you truly need to be happy. By number 2. And I do think you both have very big destinies together. And it's only a matter of time before you do come together, because you're so intertwined very deeply. So don't feel that you won't meet your person. If you haven't met your person yet, it's only a matter of time, like I said. And I would like to say one more thing over here. Definitely allow yourself to transform, and just hope that your person will also take the leap of faith and transform, because I mean, this is your future spouse, so they will definitely transform. It's just maybe you might have to give them more time than what you want to give them. But even in moments like that, I think it would be best to detach, so they would even realize maybe what they're missing out on. So play the game well with them. Pile number 2. I do think that is sort of the message over here for you. But like I said, whatever will be lost or you feel you've lost will come back to you in ways you couldn't even imagine, you couldn't even fathom. Pile number 2. I do think both of y'all are very, very indulgent. I do think both of y'all like the finer things and like to work hard to get them. So there's going to be a lot of spoiling each other, pampering each other. You're going to really match each other in every way. These are the good things. But I do think initially there's going to be a lot of this even like making each other more spiritual than you have been before. You might be reading up on things that you didn't even want to know about before. So you're going to be doing a 360 after marriage for sure. But there's always going to be a lot of this passion, a lot of this lust, a lot of this love. It's always going to be there. You're going to be really, really into each other. Let's just keep it to that. But it's going to be very fiery, very passionate. Because your person is not someone who likes to be home all the time. They would rather be out every day. Your person definitely has that much energy. Pile number two. So I do think you're very contrasting to each other. So your person will force you to go out more, to do things more that you wouldn't usually do, to go to places you wouldn't usually go, and you will be exploring these sides of yourself that you didn't even know you had or existed. So you're going to really bring out the wild side in each other. But your person could also be a Taurus, because we do have Prince of Discs, which is ruled by Taurus. So definitely the Taurus Scorpio axis is very prominent in your reading, and Taurus is about the things you value, the luxuries, everything, even love. But what is interesting about this axis is this is also related to nuclear weapons and atomic work. So, which again ties in with this very transformational energy of Scorpio. So I do think you will be healing each other at like a DNA level. And not just that, you will be transforming each other. There's a lot of that. And I know I've been repeating myself about this, but your future spouse is not going to be your usual type. But I think your type will change after you meet your future spouse, because I don't think you really know what your type is, pile number two. And I think you're still trying to figure that out, because I think you're still trying to figure out who you are and what you want to do. So it'll get clearer to you by the time passes, and you will definitely be in a better place of knowing who you are before meeting a person. So a lot of this self-inquiry is going to really lead to the best places for yourself on your journey that you didn't even know you wanted to go down. So every conflict with your person is going to help you grow. And I think both of you do have this warrior energy. That's why there is all this intensity in this relationship. And even if you feel you don't have this warrior side to you, it is there. It just gets activated in desperate times. And I think your person is going to help you get more control of your power and just what you want to do and achieve for yourself. So your person is going to naturally make you more driven and ambitious. So you both are going to be very busy after marriage. You're going to be doing more of what you're already doing, and you'll be tapping into markets that you haven't tapped into before, skills you didn't even know you needed. So you will be reintroduced to yourself after marriage too. So there's a lot of self-knowledge that is going to happen because of being with each other. And like I said, this is your future spouse, so it is going to last. And it's just you might have to make a lot of changes to make it last. Okay, pile number two, we have card number 44, which is the mermaid, and we have card number 46, which is purgation. So you will definitely be cutting out a lot of things, people, places, everything that is no longer resonating with you. And I think you'll have very few people by the time you meet your future spouse, and you're not going to meet your person where you are. You're going to meet them traveling. And I do think your person will come to you, but you will have your sights set on the distant horizon and where you want to go and who you want to be. You're going to be more into yourself. You're going to be more self-centered by the time you meet your person, not in a negative way, in a very positive sort of a way. You will be allowing yourself to do things you wouldn't usually do. Like I said, there's going to be a lot of expansion. So you'll already be moving in this direction, but I think your person will come in and sort of catapult you further to where you need to be on your journey. So there's definitely a promise of that over here. And like I said, it's going to be a brand new beginning at life. So you're not even going to think about all the things that have happened to you in the past. So look for your own pole star and your own North Star, and I think that is what is going to keep guiding you home. And I think on the way there, you will be meeting the person that you will be marrying. And when you tell your story, it's going to feel very magical, because what were the chances? And yet it happened because it was supposed to. So you will be able to see that for yourself as things play out between both of y'all over a period of time. Pile number 2. So best to surrender and keep focusing on what you're doing and not waste your energy, because I do think you have a lot to do. And I think the more you show up and do your beautiful job, the better and faster it will be for you to attract in the person that is actually suited to be with someone so special like you, instead of just trying to settle for something normal and just something like everyone has. Just because everyone is going behind something doesn't mean it's actually good, and doesn't mean that's what you actually want. Maybe you really want like a unusual ice cream flavor that most people don't eat, but it doesn't make it any less tasty for you, does it? So I do think you will, get your person the way you want them to be. And I said your future spouse is not going to be your usual type, so. But yet you will be very, very pleased, so you have nothing to worry, you know. Just keep focusing on what you want to, and even see where you really want to travel. If you had the freedom, if you had, if you didn't have to worry and you could just go, where would you go? And how far would you go? And what is stopping you from getting to that place? I think these are the things you really have to ask yourself. And I think once you do that, you'll be very close to meeting your person. And I do think you have a bit of this window because Mars is in Leo right now. So it's going to be there for a few months, I think. So you definitely have a window of opportunity. Make the most of it. I also feel your relationship is protected, so don't feel you're running out of time, or don't think that you're not where you want to be. You are exactly where you need to be right now, and you will be able to persist and find your way. So don't lose hope, and do whatever it takes to keep yourself motivated and show up and do your best work, and surrender when the transformation occurs, because holding back is just going to be a waste of everything that you've had to go through. Might as well give in. So, and I think this is a lot of just dissolution of your ego and dissolving your ego, which I can imagine is not easy for a lot of people. But that is what you need to do over your kilometer. Like I said, even if there are things keeping you apart, distance, space, time, limited funds, you will be able to overcome all those difficulties, and miraculously you will be able to come together, even if it doesn't feel that way right now. Pile number 2. You just have to keep faith and hope and just move with your inner knowing, because that is what is going to be your salvation more than anything. And if something is being destroyed, let it. You'll never lose anything. Remember that. So there are a lot of these karmic things unwinding around you. So the more you're detached and the more you're able to be perceptible about these things, the less you take them personally. So therefore you suffer less. But you will be able to see more clearly, is what I'm trying to say over here, pile number 2. So listen to your intuition more. Listen to your gut more, it is not lying to you. Any other messages? Yeah, that's all I have for pile number 2. Is again, it's a general reading, so please take what resonates, leave the rest. And if you like my style of reading, please do like the video, share, subscribe, comment. And if you're interested in learning tarot from me, definitely sign up 27th September. And if you're interested in getting a personal reading from me, you can definitely sign up for that as well. And I will see you guys in the next reading. Thank you. Hello, pile number 3. If you chose the Edmund Delac Tarot, this is your reading on who will you marry. And even before we start this reading, I do want to announce that 27th of September, I will be offering my Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot course. So if you're interested in learning tarot from me, you can send me an email or you can hit me up on my Instagram to get more details, and you can do the same if you want a personal reading from me. And please do like the video, share, subscribe, comment. And now let's begin this reading on who will you marry. Okay, pile number 3, we have 5 of Pentacles, 5 of Cups, Queen of Pentacles, the Hermit, the Star, the Devil, King of Cups, 6 of Wands, and we have the Justice. Do I even have to say it to you, pile number 3? I think you already know. You could have your Rahu in the 6th, or Rahu in Virgo, and Ketu in the 12th, or Ketu in Pisces. You've definitely had a lot of spiritual past lives. You're definitely giving priest, priestess energy, clairvoyant, psychic energy, necromancer energy, tantric energy. You're very evolved spiritually. And I think what you're here to do is be of service, and you've had to take a very unconventional path, and that's just the choice you were given. And I think you've had a very difficult upbringing, and things haven't been easy. That there is a lot of trauma here as well. But you are the generational curse breaker, and just the level of intensity and difficulty you've had to deal with, it isn't normal, but you know, you still maintain your softness, which says a lot. And I think you're finally very mature. You have found your way through, and you have mastered the material realm. You're not as giving as you used to be, because you're more discerning about who deserves it. Because at least what you used to do is you used to lack boundaries because of this very strong Piscean South Node that you have. And that has led you into a lot of these 5 of Pentacles and 5 of Cups kind of situations. But things that were supposed to tear you down have only made you stronger. And you know, you've defeated every enemy at every level, and you've even defeated the final boss. So you are a king, a queen in your own right, and you should only be with a king or a queen who has their own kingdom to run like you. I think even if you try, and I think you have tried to be with just regular people, normal people, and it has just never worked because it's not supposed to. You are extremely special, and there's someone made special just for you. And I think the more you honor your path and honor who you have become and who you were, you would be in a better place to attract your person. You won't have to extremely change and conform to be with your person. You will be able to be yourself with your person. You won't have to hide who you are, because a lot of people hide who they are in relationships, right? They do like shapeshift and morph into being what the other person wants them to be. But it's not going to be that. You will be able to very freely be yourself in this relationship, and you will be getting the love and the acceptance that you always wanted but never got, even that you felt that you needed. So all those things will be cleared out to you, and you will be given the safety and the security that you have been wanting for yourself. And I do see over here we have the Hermit and the Star, so you are definitely giving the popular loner. I'm also getting very strong Marilyn energy where everyone sort of knows you, but you don't really know anyone, and people could see you through like their phone screens or just a screen, and people love to project onto you what they want you to be, or just their own fantastical version of what they want you to be like. So you do have a lot of that projection energy also, which does make you the star, because star is also in the center of the reading. So you definitely shine, and your person is going to be a star just like you. You're not meant to be with like a normal regular person, because you're not a normal regular person. And I think the more you accept that, the more you are at peace with that, the better it'll be for you. So you can only meet your person when you're doing very well. You'll be very, very well to do, and you will also reach this point of emotional maturity where you'll just be naturally detached to most things that you know are not for you and are not really serving you, that you don't really care about. And I think your person will go through their own karmic justice. They will be removing a lot of people out of their own lives, and they will also be going through a lot of painful lessons. But they will also be spearheading them by making the necessary changes that they have to make before the ceiling falls down. So they will also be actively eliminating things that no longer serve them, and as a result they will be blessed with meeting you. And I think instantly that there's going to be a lot of healing. I think you will be helping your person with their addictions, whatever they are, because I do think your person has some addictions. And I think you also have some addictions, but they're not like the conventional ones. I think you have more subtler ones. So I think you both will be helping each other heal through that. I do think you like to isolate as well, which is again understandable, but I think you will be finding more balance in your hermit mode and just being out there more. So your person is definitely going to bring you out of your shell. You really think you need your person, but honestly I think your person needs you more. And I think the more you realize your own strength, you're more just you being complete within yourself, not just realizing that, but knowing that in your own felt experience. I think that is what will set you free. Pile number 3, because you do need to let go of all these things that you're holding on to, because there are a lot of things that you're holding on to which are no longer really serving you, and they're not really benefiting you, and they're taking up space that is really required for for your actual growth. So you will also be learning to get out of your own way, because in a way you are your biggest enemy, and you both will be each other's ride or die. And like I said, it's going to be a very healing love, and the home for both of y'all is going to be each other and wherever you go. So that there's a lot of travel here after marriage as well. And I think your person is going to be as unique as you. They're going to look as special as you. They will look like they've walked out of a painting, so to speak. And they will also have a very stylistic way of dressing that could be very specific to them. They could have a very specific kind of a hairstyle. They could like wearing glasses. And I'm seeing someone very strong. So your person is going to be very physically strong. They're going to protect you. and they will be well to do by the time you meet them. I'm seeing someone with curly hair too. So a person could have curly hair for men and women both. I'm seeing long hair. I think your person could also have a Leo ascendant, because I do think your person puts a lot of energy into their hair. Now I'm getting a bit about their physical characteristics. So, and it's not just their hair, they do have this very regalness to them that commands presence. The presence commands attention, is what I'm trying to say. So they are very captivating to look at, and they're very, people will notice them when they walk into a room, and I think they also like to play upon the ego that way, because they do have that Leo ascendant energy. And in a way, they're very invincible, because if they are Leo ascendant, I do think they would have Regulus on their ascendant, the fixed star Regulus. So this does make them very, very invincible in a lot of situations. Your person definitely has a bit of a temper, a bit of an ego. There will be a lot of clashes, but there will be like this healthy fighting. I do think your person will poke you out of fun often, but they will really bring out the best version of you that you're meant to be. So you both are going to get more successful, even just meeting each other. I think that will be a sign that you've met your person, and you both will start doing very well together, and things will only get better after you get together finally. After you get over these certain disappointments and the just the natural push and pull and the karmic debt that you have to settle. I think once you settle that in this life, you will be able to be together relatively more peacefully, and you will have a more stable thing, because I think you and your person want the same thing, and you will just fit into each other like puzzle pieces. That's what I'm seeing in my mind. So there's going to be a lot of this, we haven't met each other but we've known each other forever sort of a feeling with your person. So it's definitely not your first life with your person. You've definitely had lives where you've known them before, but I don't think you've always been able to come together with them. So you'll also be balancing out that karma in this lifetime. So love is promised to you no matter how old you are, pile number 3. So don't lose hope over here. Just allow yourself to experience love in every sort of a way. Manifest love in all areas of your life. Right now, don't just try to manifest it in a romantic sense. Because when you are in the frequency and the energy of love, even the romantic love will come to you. It'll just be magnetized. You won't have to do anything. And I don't think you will have to do a lot to attract this person to you. I think just meeting this person and things will fall into place. But I do think timing is at play over here. So I think the more you allow yourself to get out of the scarcity consciousness, the more you put your disappointments behind and see that you still have a lot of things to work with, and you still have places to be and things to do. I think that is what is going to help you further yourself on your path than just wallowing in your sorrow. So I do think you have to maybe pick yourself up a little right now and just persist in whatever you're doing, how much ever you can. And if you just want a day or two off, that's fine, but get back in the boxing ring in like a few days. Because the more you double down right now, the more you lock in, the better it will be for you. Because you yourself are coming into a very abundant, a very stable time in your life. Everything that you've prayed for is going to happen for you, and it's already happening for you. So you have to see it that way, and I think the more you chase love, the more it'll run away from you. So I think the more you just allow things to happen the way they need to at the time that they need to happen, it would be better, because there's no point of falling in love with someone prematurely and they haven't had the certain experiences that they need to be with you. So understand that as well. and you will definitely see a lot of signs. Even a lot of familiars will be around you, plants and animals, and they will guide you to your person. So don't worry, no matter the age over here, because you are meant to have love in this lifetime, and it will prosper, and it will be protected. So don't worry. Yeah, just love yourself more on the behalf of your future spouse right now. Pile number 2. I do think there is like a higher force playing over here, so better to surrender than to ask why, because the answers of the why will come to you if you are silent long enough waiting for the answer. It will come to you. I think you need to check the 7th house in your birth chart. I don't think you have a lot of planets there, or maybe it's in the sign of Scorpio, but I don't think relationships are going to be the most important thing in your life. Yes, you will have love, but it'll sort of be in the background. Pile number 3, it's not going to be everything. Like being in love and having a partner is not going to be your whole personality. You're here to do more and be more, and yet have that in the background behind the scenes. So I think your relationship with your future spouse is going to be more private. It's going to be more low-key. It's not going to be down low, but it's going to be more private for sure. And I think it's better you keep it that way, because you will have a lot of prying eyes and a lot of jealousy, and which is not going to do anything, but why even take any damage, right? So I think you will also enjoy that more, just being with each other in your privacy. So yeah, it's going to be a very mature sort of a relationship, and when you finally get together, you're not even going to argue much. It's all going to be like happy and good, and you both will have resolved so much of your own stuff that you will be so healed and happy that being with each other is just going to be like adding to the happiness that you've already cultivated for yourself respectively. So it's like 2 real responsible adults coming together and being in love, which is the best thing ever, right? Pile number 3. So later is better than sooner, honestly, in your case. So allow yourself to ripen, to shuffle some oracle. Very interesting. Pile number 3, we have card number 12, the Leviathan, and we have card number 10, the Tree of Life. And there's a man and a woman drinking at the Tree of Life over here. So you're definitely cosmic partners, but in a way you've had to reincarnate in the darkest and the most deepest parts of the earth and the underworld, and you have found each other in every lifetime, and you're going to find each other in this lifetime as well, no matter the odds stacked against both of y'all personally and together. So you could have a big age difference, you could have a different race, this could be a same-sex thing, whatever. There are a lot of issues, and a lot of people would tell you that it wouldn't work out because just how different you are, but you are here to heal yourself, like I said, and confront your own depths and your darkness so you can come together and be happy in every lifetime. It does feel like an epic love story in a way here, pile number 3. It's just no one wants to be in the love story, right? But you are, and you are the protagonist, so you will win. It's just you really have to also learn to surrender over here and to drink from the source. And I think the more you surrender and the more you drink from the source, I think easier it would be for you to even sustain what you're trying to do, and what you will be achieving won't come at a personal cost. So continue to work with the selflessness that you're working with, and that itself will take you to where you need to be. And even in the most stormiest of the seas, you will be guided out. So I think things get really bad for you before they get really good. And I'm sure you can see those patterns. And I think the more you understand that about your own self and your own life, the easier it'll be for you to like get through this life. And you are giving me very like high level sorceress, witch, magician energy. So it's all going to be chaotic until you take charge, and you fashion things yourself the way you want them to be. That is what is going to make the big difference for you, to take your power back and to create things the way you want to create. So go ham with your manifestations, honestly, pile number 3, because you can really have it all and more. It's just how much will you allow yourself to have. You're really underestimating yourself and what you can do. And I think when you realize this and you actually go after the things that you actually want to do, I think your person will be sitting in your lap. I'm not even exaggerating. I really feel that over here. And the Leviathan is you. It is everything that you have been, that you've pushed away. So you are so powerful, you are your biggest enemy. There's no one who's going to be able to take you down. Even if you have external enemies, they're just pesky flies. You know, they're not the real problem. The real problem is inside you, pile number 3. So confront that, and I think that itself is the key to this beautiful, luxurious life that you are supposed to be living with your future spouse. And I know you know, so you just have to just act upon it. Become it, right? And you can only become by doing. So do the right thing over here, pile number 3. You can really change things around. Like if you barely have any money, you can become a billionaire right now. And if you're a billionaire right now, you can lose it all. So you have that extremeness about you and gain it back. So, play the game the right way in this life. Play it correctly. I think that's the real message for you over here, pile number 3. And I think the future spouse will just be like an added gift, added bonus that you will be receiving. Any other messages? That's all I have for pile number 3s. Again, it's a general reading, so please take what resonates, leave the rest. And if you like my style of reading, please do like the video, share, subscribe, comment. And if you're interested in getting a personal reading from me, you can hit me up on my email, or if you're interested in learning tarot from me, you can do the same. And I will see you guys in the next reading. Thank you.